I need to have an important discussion with you guys. And I need you to be responsible with what I'm about to tell you. It is okay to mash. I'm not telling you that you can mash all the time. It's okay to mash in fighting games sometimes. There is like this weird obsession with people who are like, I was plus here and you swung, I was plus there and you did it. How dare you? I was +1 and I went for a 47 frame mix up. You're like, well, yeah, sorry, I mashed. I don't know what to tell you. And they're like, how could you? I'll put a curse on your family. You're just like, bro, maybe you should do a true block. They're like, how dare you? This is like a really strange thing. There is like an obsession with the idea that you must block on defense all the time. And I think when you're new, right, everybody tells you not to mash, and it's good advice. Because when you're new, you don't know what you're doing, and I think it's sort of natural for you to never want to block and just kind of challenge a lot, right? So people tell new players all the time, hey, don't mash. Just, block, wait for your turn. And I think what ends up happening is that mid-level players, especially, once they get to mid-level, they stop mashing, right? Because they're like, well, that move there was +2, and that's +1, and that's plus this, and that's plus, I should block, right? Like, it's my forsaken duty as a fighting game player to hold this. And then at high level, again, people start to realize, oh, mashing is an invaluable tool on defense because it makes my opponent respect me on defense, right? And I need to do it. Broski made this tweet that says, recorded this sequence for my stream deck for future discussions about why consistently choosing the safest defensive option in Street Fighter V is a sure way to die. And it's this Twitter video where, like, Bison is plus the whole time, right? Like, take the throw. You don't want to do anything on defense. Activates into V-trigger. Take the throw. You don't want to swing, right? He's plus. He's plus again. Just block it out. You do the safe option. Just continue blocking the whole time. He's plus. I don't want to challenge. And now I've eaten 85%. Yes. I was an honest, solid, consistent defensive player. And that's a win right there. I didn't mash. And it's like, bro, you just lost 85% of your life. Sometimes you don't want to die, and it's good to take the throw occasionally, but it's worth knowing that sometimes challenging is okay. When people talk about defense, they think like, oh, the best defensive player, right, is like Goichi in Dragon Ball. His defense is so good. He's immaculate. He just sits there and blocks everything out. He breaks every Dragon Rush. He reflects when there's a reflectable point. He's so solid, right? But even Goichi challenges sometimes. Then on the other hand, think about the way Kazunoko plays defense. Goichi is not scary to pressure. The reason he's scary is that you just can't open him up. Kazunoko is scary to pressure. You don't know when he's going to mash. You don't know when he's going to go for an uppercut. You don't know when he's going to wake up Dragon Rush you. You don't know when he's going to wake up jump. You don't know what he's going to do on defense. He is so unpredictable and so hard to read that even trying your own offense against him is scary because you're worried about what he's going to do. He instead takes the fight to you. When you get a knockdown in a fighting game, you're in fucking business, right? You're like, I've knocked you down. It's my time to run my offense. When you knock someone down and you're like, oh God, what is he going to do? What are they going to do on wake up? I'm so scared. That is a sign that that person has great defense. You can't just look at it like your defense is only good if you can block. I think Sonic Fox is like that too. Sonic Fox doesn't just have like, I sit here and block defense, but Sonic challenges consistently and is just terrifying on defense because of that, right? You're like, I don't even know what's going to happen. I am scared all the time. When people talk about IDOM in Street Fighter and they say IDOM has a 1-frame wake-up jab because IDOM knows when to challenge on defense. He knows when the setup's going to be fake. He knows when it's the time. His character doesn't even have a reversal. And he's like famous for his reversal jab timing. He's that good. How does he make Laura feel that scary on wake up? That is a special skill. When you play somebody who makes you feel that way, you then now understand the power of mashing. You understand the power of changing up your defensive options. Blocking is only good if you also sometimes challenge with a button or a backdash or a reversal or whatever the defensive mechanic is. In the same way that on offense, you cannot always do the same pressure, on defense, you can't always do the same thing. In the same way that when you pressure someone and you're like, do they know how to stop this setup? You on defense have to say, do they know how to hit me if I go airborne and I flip out? Do they know how to hit me and confirm if I'm airborne during their setup? One of the most common things that people do against setup heavy characters is backdash on wake up when they're getting meatied by a projectile or like a move, right? And they're like, I'm going to backdash to put myself airborne and see if they know how to convert off this. I'm going to dead angle, even though their projectile is going to hit me after. Do they know how to combo after? It's like the same thing. It's the same idea here. Their defense is doing what it's supposed to do. It's catching you off guard, and that's the important thing. It's okay to mash. In fact, It's one of the most important parts about defending in fighting games is knowing when or why to mash, to hit buttons, and to fight back. If you're playing the best player in the world, my chat and my comments when I lose are miserable. Why don't you just do this to beat this guy? This guy's not even that good. Just do this. Like, this is why fighting games are the worst genre ever. Why are you even playing? Don't play. You can't win. If you're winning, it's the streamer's not even good. He's beating up on children. You won't play good players. Why don't you play good players? They're just delusional. These people are so strange. I play whoever joins my lobby, and I don't care if they're the best player in the world or the worst. I don't mind.